Over 60? Don't eat these three vegetables, but add these three for better. What if I told you some vegetables you've trusted for decades can quietly make your legs less steady and your nights riskier? After 60, the rules change. Blood flow slows. Inflammation lingers. Absorption fades. The same foods land differently. A plate that once helped you can now hold you back. I'm Dr. Jonathan Hale, 30 years in senior care. Small food shifts, stronger steps, safer nights, no hype, just precision. 3 to avoid, 3 to add. Clear reasons, simple cooking notes, real signs to watch in your ankles-knees balance. Here's my promise. You will know what to change by your next meal. You will know what to look for tomorrow morning. Surer first steps, calmer calves at night, fewer hallway wobbles. Avoid number 2 surprises most of my patients. It hides in sauces, soups, late plates. You likely had it this week. Before we start, a quick invitation. If you're 60 plus, I'd love you in our growing health circle. A worldwide group staying strong, sharp, and independent with simple, science-backed habits like this. If that sounds right, subscribe, turn on the bell, and share your city or state in the comments so we can cheer you on. Let's see how far this movement for longer, healthier lives can reach. Ready? Countdown now. Avoid number 3, green bell pepper. Green bell peppers look crisp and clean. They sound healthy. After 60, the details matter. Green peppers are unripe. Unripe means fewer antioxidants than red or yellow peppers. It also means more lectins. Lectins are sticky plant proteins. In some older adults, they cling to the gut lining. They irritate the surface. They can muddy absorption. That irritation does not stay local. It can echo through the body as low-grade inflammation. Where do you feel it first after 60? In places with tiny vessels and fine wiring, ankles, knees, the inner ear. Balance. You may stand after a TV break and feel a small sway. You may take your first 10 steps in the morning with stiff ankles. You may notice a thin fog for 20 minutes after a salad that used raw green pepper. Not dramatic, just enough to chip at confidence. Why green causes more trouble than you expect? It is often eaten raw. That keeps lectins intact. It brings less carotenoid support than fully ripe colors. People also eat it in big handfuls because it feels light and fresh. The dose adds up over a week. Story Irene is 72. She grows peppers in raised beds. Every afternoon, she sliced green strips and dipped them in hummus. Her mornings felt sticky around the ankles. She braced on the counter for the first 3 steps. After lunch, she felt a slight, light-headed drift that passed by the time the news ended. We ran a simple test. 3 weeks with no raw green peppers. She roasted red and yellow peppers instead. A drizzle of olive oil, a pinch of salt. She kept the same snack time. In week 2, she said this: "My first steps are smoother. My stomach is quieter. Nothing else changed." What to do now? Try a 2 to 3 week break from green bell peppers, especially raw. If you reintroduce them later, cook them well. Favor ripe colors. Red, yellow, and orange carry more vitamin C and carotenoids and are gentler for many people. Keep portions modest. Pair peppers with protein and olive oil. That steadies the after-meal rise and helps you absorb the good parts. Give yourself 2 simple signals to track. Ankle stiffness during the first 10 steps of the day. Any lightheaded feeling 20 to 30 minutes after meals that use peppers. If those ease on the break, your body just gave you the answer. Not everyone is sensitive to lectins, but if you have a sensitive gut, mild arthritis, or brief balance dips, green peppers are the easiest first trial to remove and replace. Small change, clear feedback, safer steps. Next up, the one that surprises most patients and loves to hide in sauces and late plates. Avoid number 2, tomatoes. Tomatoes look harmless, bright, fresh, on sandwiches, in soups, in sauces. After 60, they can work against you in 2 ways. First, tomatoes are nightshades. The skin and seeds carry glycoalkaloids like tomatine. Many people tolerate them. Some older adults do not. In a sensitive system, these compounds can irritate joint tissue and slow nerve signaling. You feel it as stiff fingers in the morning, a tug under the kneecap when you stand, a hesitant pivot when you turn toward a cabinet. Not dramatic, but enough to plant doubt in your step. Second, tomatoes are acidic. Thick tomato sauces at dinner can trigger reflux after bedtime. Reflux wakes you out of deep sleep. You stand for the bathroom. Blood pressure dips for a moment. That quick dip plus darkness and sleepiness is a rough mix. It raises fall risk. Protecting sleep protects balance. Where do tomatoes stack up without you noticing? A heavy marinara at 8 p.m., late pizza, even on thin crust, a big salsa bowl during the game, tomato soup before bed. These choices load acid and nightshade exposure at the worst time of day for stability. You do not have to ban tomatoes for life. Use them with smarter rules. Choose fully ripe red tomatoes. Peel and deseed to lower the skin and seed load. Cook them gently. Move tomato-heavy meals to lunch. If you want them at dinner, keep portions small and add greens and protein to buffer acid. Rotate friendly stand-ins. Zucchini ribbons in place of part of the pasta. Yellow squash in soups. Roasted carrots blended into sauces for sweetness without the acid hit. If you love salsa, try roasted red pepper salsa with less tomato and more herbs. If you need soup at night, reach for carrot or squash broths on weeknights. Save tomato soup for midday. Run a short test. Take a 2 to 3 week break from tomato skins, seeds, and thick sauces at night. Keep a simple note card. Track 4 signals. First 10 steps after sitting, morning hand stiffness, night wake-ups from reflux, and lightheaded moments on the way to the bathroom. If those improve, your body just voted. You can still enjoy tomatoes at better times and in better forms. Small shifts, better nights, safer steps. Next up, the comfort classic that spikes fast and slows your steps. Avoid number 1, white potato. White potatoes taste like home. Mash, fries, hash browns, baked with butter. They also hit hard and fast. White potatoes sit high on the glycemic index. They break into sugar quickly. You get a sharp spike, then a crash. Repeat that cycle and the inner lining of tiny vessels takes the hit, especially in your calves, feet, and brain. Signals slow. Toes feel numb. Calves cramp at night. Stairs ask for a hand on the rail. Why it sneaks up on you after 60. Blood flow already runs slower. Muscles and nerves recover more slowly. A big starchy dose at dinner plus salt and fat is a rough mix. Think creamy mash with butter and cream. Think fries with a salted sandwich. Think hash browns with bacon. Starch floods in. Sodium holds fluid. Fat adds load. Your vessels and nerves have to ride the storm. How this looks in real life. You wake to cold toes. Your first 10 steps down the hall feel careful. Mid-afternoon, you fade after a plate of fries at lunch. At night, a big bowl of mash knocks you sleepy, then cramps wake you at 2 a.m. None of this feels dramatic, but it chips at confidence day by day. Story. Frank is 74, a retired firefighter. He loved a mound of mashed potatoes with dinner. It felt earned. He also paused on the second stair every morning. "My legs feel heavy," he said. We made one change, half the mash. Only 2 nights a week. We anchored the plate with protein and greens, a palm of salmon or chicken, a cup of broccoli, or a handful of kale. The other nights he swapped in beans or extra carrots. By week 2, his calves stopped grabbing at night. By week 3, he said, "I didn't reach for the rail this morning." What you can do now? Cut frequency and size. If you keep potatoes, move them earlier in the day. Always pair with protein and non-starchy vegetables. That slows the sugar surge and steadies energy. Skip the buttercream pile-on. Use olive oil and herbs instead. Try a 2 to 3 week trial. No fries, no hash browns, no giant mash at night. Keep a simple note card. Track 3 signals: numb toes, night cramps, stair confidence. If those improve, your body just voted. Smart swaps that still feel like comfort. Roast a small sweet potato and split it with someone. Slide cannellini beans under roasted chicken. Double the greens and skip the starch twice a week. Season well so you do not miss the butter. Remember, the goal is not perfection, it is stronger steps and safer nights. Small shifts. Clear feedback. Real confidence returns. We have covered what slows you down. Now we rebuild. Plate by plate, choice by choice. Let's put back foods that feed your nerves, protect your vision, and steady your legs. We start with a bright, reliable ally many kitchens already have. Number 3, carrots. Carrots are simple and familiar, yet powerful for older eyes and nerves. They carry beta-carotene. Your body converts beta-carotene to vitamin A. Vitamin A supports the retina and low-light vision. That matters at dusk, on stairs, and on uneven sidewalks where depth judgment keeps you safe. Carrots do more than help vision. They deliver carotenoids and polyphenols that buffer oxidative stress. That protects tiny vessels in the lower legs and supports nerve pathways from brain to muscle. Cleaner signaling shows up as steadier foot placement, fewer tiny stumbles at the curb, and more certainty when you pivot toward a cabinet. You can feel these wins in daily life. Evening walks feel more sure. Step downs from a curb feel measured instead of tentative. Small print at 4 p.m. takes less effort. These are quiet gains. They add up week by week and protect the independence you worked for. Cooking matters. Do not boil carrots to exhaustion. Steam until just tender, or roast with olive oil and a pinch of salt. The oil helps you absorb carotenoids. Roasting brings natural sweetness without added sugar. If chewing is hard, blend roasted carrots into a smooth side. It sits well and digests gently after evening meals. Make carrots a habit you can keep. Aim for 1/2 cup on most days. Slide coins onto a sheet pan with chicken thighs and onions. Add steamed carrots to a late lunch with eggs or fish. Stir diced carrots into soup near the end so they stay bright. Pair with protein to steady glucose and keep afternoon energy even. Run a 10 to 14 day test. Keep a small card on the fridge. Track 3 signals. Dusk vision on sidewalks, the first 10 steps after sitting, and stumbles on uneven ground. If those improve, keep the habit. If not, adjust portion or timing and test again. Your body will answer when you listen. One caution, skip sugary glazes and brown sugar. That turns carrots into dessert and blunts the benefit. You do not need it. Herbs, lemon, and olive oil carry flavor and keep energy stable. Carrots are low cost and easy to find year-round. They store well and travel well. They fit soups, stews, sheet pans, and salads. Most important, they support the systems that keep you independent. Eyes that judge depth, nerves that fire on time, and legs that place the next step with certainty. Next, a green that switches on your body's defense systems. Number 2, for steadier legs and clearer focus, broccoli. Broccoli is a green that protects. It belongs to the crucifer family. When you cut and chew it, enzymes help form sulforaphane. That compound turns on your own cell defenses. It supports detox work. It calms wide-angle inflammation. Less background noise means cleaner signals from brain to muscle and steadier footing on stairs. Broccoli also brings vitamin K, calcium, and fiber. Vitamin K and calcium support bone and joint integrity. Fiber smooths digestion and steadies glucose. Flexible arteries plus strong bones show up in daily movement. You step off a curb with confidence. You pivot toward a cabinet without overstepping. You feel planted instead of tentative. Story Gloria is 69, a retired school bus driver. Afternoons were her weak spot. She felt foggy by 3 p.m. and wobbly on the choir risers at 7. We gave her a lunch routine. 1 cup of steamed broccoli with olive oil and lemon 5 days a week. A palm of chicken or beans on the side. By week 2, she told me this. I feel anchored on the risers. My turns are cleaner. I do not chase my balance anymore. Nothing else in her day changed. How you cook it matters. Do not boil broccoli to exhaustion. Light steam keeps the bite and the good parts. A quick sauté in olive oil works well too. Keep heat gentle. Bright green is your stop sign. Clinic tip. Add a pinch of mustard seed or a dab of Dijon at the table. That can boost the enzyme activity that supports sulforaphane. Make a simple plan. Aim for 1 cup on most days at lunch if you can. Lunch gives you the afternoon steadiness many people want. Slide florets into grain bowls. Serve beside eggs or fish. Stir into soup at the end so it stays bright. If chewing is hard, chop small and sauté to tender. If digestion is sensitive, start with 1/2 cup and build to 1 cup as you feel ready. Run a 10 to 14-day test. Keep a note card on the fridge. Track 3 signals: afternoon brain fog, confidence on stairs, how steady you feel when you pivot. If those improve, keep the habit. If not, adjust the portion or timing. Your body will answer when you listen. Common mistakes: drowning broccoli in cheese sauce adds salt and heavy fat that fight your goals. Overcooking to olive drab flattens flavor and value. Skipping protein leaves you with a short energy curve. Add a palm of chicken, fish, eggs, or beans beside your broccoli to support muscle and keep energy even. Why this matters after 60: you need clean nerve timing and reliable legs. Broccoli helps on both sides. It lowers background stress while feeding the structures that hold you up. That is a rare and useful combo. Stronger signals, cleaner turns, afternoons back in your stride. Now we finish with the leafy workhorse I trust most after 60. Number 1 for balance you can trust. Kale is a builder. It lives in the same leafy green lane many give to spinach, but it fits older bodies better. Kale is lower in oxalates. That is kinder to calcium balance and to kidneys that have worked hard for decades. It also brings a wide bundle of protectors: vitamin K1 and calcium for bones and joints, lutein and zeaxanthin for central vision, folate and magnesium for nerves and calmer muscles, fiber to steady glucose and feed your guts good bacteria. After 60, that bundle matters. It supports the exact systems that keep you upright and confident. How does that show up in daily life? You stand from a chair and your legs feel ready instead of shaky. Your calves stay quiet at bedtime. Your eyes track small print at 4 p.m. without strain. Steps feel placed, not guessed. These are quiet wins, but they add up. Independence is built on them. Story Evelyn is 73, a retired pharmacist who loves evening crosswords and morning walks with her neighbor. She used a big spinach smoothie at night because it felt healthy. Her calves twitched at 2 a.m. Her first steps after breakfast felt hesitant. We changed one thing. We moved the smoothie to lunch once a week and swapped dinner greens to lightly sautéed kale most nights. Olive oil, garlic, a squeeze of lemon. 2 weeks later, she told me this: "My nights are calm, and when I turn down the hallway, my feet follow without that little wobble." She did not add supplements. She did not count grams. She swapped a leaf and adjusted timing. How to make kale work for you. Keep the heat gentle. Bright green is your stop sign. Sauté with olive oil and garlic until just tender. Steam if chewing is hard. For salads, massage the leaves with a bit of oil and lemon to soften the fibers. Stir chopped kale into soup right before serving so it stays green. Aim for 1/2 to 1 cup a day. A handful on the plate is enough. Pair with protein: eggs, beans, fish, chicken. Protein steadies energy and gives muscles what they need to respond on time. Run a 10 to 14-day test. Keep a small card on the fridge. Track 3 signals: first 10 steps after sitting, calf twinges at night, how steady you feel when you pivot. If those improve, your body just voted. Keep the habit. If not, adjust portion or timing and run the test again. Most people feel the shift in that 2-week window. Common mistakes: overcooking until dull and bitter. Keep it bright. Drowning kale in heavy creamy sauces. That adds salt and fat that fight your goals. Forgetting the rest of the plate. Kale works best beside protein and a simple starch strategy, not floating alone. Another note: if you take a vitamin K-sensitive blood thinner, keep your kale intake consistent day to day and coordinate with your clinician. Consistency matters more than avoidance. Why kale earns the top slot: it supports bone density, joint integrity, and nerve timing while staying friendly to calcium economy. It helps eyes that judge depth at dusk. It helps legs place the next step with certainty. It brings steadiness you can feel without chasing exotic powders or perfect diets. One handful a day, 10 to 14 days. Watch the signals. Let your body answer. You have the tools. Now let's turn them into a simple 14-day plan you can do without thinking. Every day, place a handful of kale on the plate. Sauté, steam, or stir into soup at the end. Pair with protein. Keep the color bright. Most days at lunch, add 1 cup of broccoli, light steam or a quick sauté, a touch of olive oil, a pinch of mustard seed or Dijon if you like. On 3 to 5 days each week, add 1/2 cup of carrots. Steam or roast. Olive oil helps you use the carotenoids. Even days, keep dinners tomato light. Move red sauces to lunch. Choose carrot or squash soups at night. Odd days, skip white potatoes. Use beans, extra greens, or a small baked sweet potato instead. Season well so you do not miss the butter. Drink water through the day. Wear stable shoes at home. Clear small trip hazards tonight. Track simple signals on a note card. First 10 steps after sitting. Night calf twinges. Wake-ups from reflux. Confidence at curbs and stairs. Circle better, same, or worse. Do not chase perfection. Watch the trend. Run the plan for 10 to 14 days. Then pause and look back. Which dinner gave you a steady morning? Which lunch kept your afternoon clear? Keep what helps. Adjust what does not. Your body votes in how you feel. Here is how it looks in real life. Linda is 70, a retired nurse. Her goal was simple. Carry 2 grocery bags up 12 steps without a pause. She kept your plan on the fridge. Kale each day with dinner. Broccoli at lunch most days. Carrots 4 times a week. Tomato sauces at midday. White potatoes once a week, never at night. Stable shoes at home. She tracked the same 4 signals. Day 3, she wrote, better first steps. Day 6, no reflux wake-up. Day 9, curb felt easy. On day 14, she climbed all 12 steps. No rail, steady breath. That is the point. Not a stunt. A body supplied with what it needs. Now set your target. Church steps, choir risers, the top row at the gym. Run the 14-day plan. Keep your note card. Mark better, same, or worse. Adjust by what you feel, not by wish. Start with tomorrow's lunch. Write it. Kale, broccoli, protein. Tonight, keep dinner tomato light. Skip white potatoes. Add carrots if you have them. If this helped, share it with one friend who wants steadier steps. Subscribe for weekly, science-backed tips. Then post your city or state so our circle keeps growing. Together we stay strong, sharp, and independent. Every plate is a choice. Choose steadier steps, one meal at a time.